I feel like I just made a video like this. Alright, I'm gonna rant about episode 20. Lots of stuff that bothered me in this one. Okay, so first, we see Frieza get regenerated with all of his clothes on, and their magic technology can also revive him with all of his memories as well. And then they're on the ship, and everybody's just getting Frieza up to speed on what's been happening in the universe since he's been dead. And basically, to summarize, they're just like, yeah, we suck, and we needed you back, and everyone's more powerful than us now. And before I go on, I'm just going to say that I do like Frieza as a villain. I also like the design of his first form. His first and his final form. His second form is just like, he looks like his father. The third form, he just looks like a xenomorph. And the fourth form, final form, is okay, even though he looks like a naked lizard man with frostbite. But his first and final form are pretty cool. And then his 100% form is just like his final form on steroids. Anyways. Okay, so they spend time getting him up to speed, and then of course Frieza is just like, yeah, I have to go fight those people that killed me and die again. Well, he doesn't say that, but yeah, that's his first thought. He needs to go fight the people and get revenge on Goku. Now, the first thing about that is, yeah, shouldn't Frieza want revenge on Trunks? And by that, probably would want to take revenge on Vegeta and his family. I know he's not aware that Trunks was Vegeta's son, but the Frieza forces seem to know what's going on and are well informed. And actually, in the movie, here's difference number one. In the movie, they actually mention Trunks and how they were searching for him, but they couldn't find him anywhere in the universe because he's in another timeline. And Frieza says something about that and seems to be nonchalant about it and only cares about revenge on Goku, the guy who showed him mercy and tried to help him twice, not the guy that was cocky and killed him by chopping him into pieces and then blowing him up. So, okay, whatever. If I were Frieza, I would want to go after the guy who killed me, not the guy who was like nice to me after beating me. So, in the show, they don't mention anything about future Trunks, which is stupid. I liked how they actually acknowledged that Trunks beat Frieza in the movie. So, let's see, I wrote a bunch of notes about this episode as I was watching it, so I'm reading off of that right now. So Frieza acts like a dick to the people who helped bring him back to life, and they're all terrified of him, and then he shoots a guy through all of his joints for questioning him. And then we go on about the sorbet guy tells Frieza about how Goku's gotten stronger, and then he mentions how he says something about Beerus and Majin Buu. And then it's revealed that Frieza actually has known about Beerus and Majin Buu this whole time. Now that's odd to me. If Frieza did know about Beerus and Majin Buu, would he have always bragged about how he was the strongest in the universe the whole time, like through the Namek saga? Or was he just blissfully unaware of how weak he was compared to them? I don't know, that's weird to me. And then they say how Goku defeated Majin Buu, except he didn't really. Like, he fought every form of Buu and didn't win. When he fought against Fat Buu, you know, he was just there to stall him, and then he teleported away. And then he fought with Super Buu and Filler a little bit. And then when he fought Kid Buu, I seem to recall him being face first in the dirt in the middle of their fight, and then Vegeta having to step in, and then Goku never got another chance to fight him. Sure, he threw the attack that ended up killing Majin Buu, but all Goku really did for that was hold his arms up while standing in, or floating in place, while everyone did the work for him to gather the energy for the spirit bomb. Yeah, so would you say he actually defeated Majin Buu? Not really. The same way that he never defeated Vegeta either. Like, their rivalry doesn't make sense to me either, because if you ask me, or anyone else that paid attention to the series, Vegeta beat Goku at least once. You can make the argument that he beat him twice and Goku doesn't have any wins over him. Do you remember how Goku was lying helpless after Vegeta crushed him in his ape form, and then Gohan and Krillin and Yajirobe had to finish the fight for him? Yeah, I wouldn't say that Goku won that. And then when he fought him as a Super Saiyan 2 against Majin Vegeta, I seem to recall Goku getting knocked out, and that's how the fight ended, even though Vegeta tricked him to be able to do that. You can make the argument that he beat him in that fight too. Anyways, so the other point is Frieza mentions how in 4 months he could become awesome and a lot stronger because he's never trained before. Now, we've all heard about this, and it's a point of controversy about how it seems unrealistic that Frieza could reach the level of a Super Saiyan God or Super Saiyan Blue or whatever we're calling it with just 4 months of training. But let's think about this for a sec. So, consider how strong Goku is and how strong he became through training when he was born with a pretty meager power level, and all throughout Dragon Ball, and even until he becomes an adult in Dragon Ball, his power level is still within the hundreds, like less than 1,000, and he ends up reaching this, God status in the movies and in the series. So Frieza, on the other hand, was born with a power level of 120 million. So that's how strong he is naturally. So you gotta think, if someone with that natural amount of power trained like Goku did, and Goku became as strong as he's become when he was very weak when he was born, and even up until his adult years, how strong could someone who's naturally as powerful as Frieza is become if he's actually trained like Goku did? I guess he must have a lot of potential. So it's almost, I kind of want to say it's almost feasible that he could reach the level he does in the movie and the series, which will happen soon. I don't know why 4 months is the magic number in this case, but okay, 4 months he becomes awesome. So that's what I think about that. It's still pretty stupid though, but okay, let's just try to accept it and move on. And then we see Goku and Vegeta sparring on Beerus's planet, finally, and there's a moment where it looks like they're starting to sense Super Saiyan Blue. I think that's what's happening. And Whis comments about how, oh, they've come this far already. I think in the movie we didn't see them sparring at all, so that was kind of cool to see. I like that change. And overall, right now I'll say that the animation in the episode looked pretty good. Thank God it's not a repeat of that episode 5 and all that crap. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Though it would be hilarious if it did happen again. We'll have to see what the fighting looks like in the following episode. As episode 5 looked okay up until they actually started moving around and fighting, like the most important part and element of the entire series and concept of Dragon Ball. Okay, so then this Jacko, the Galactic Patrolman dude, shows up in a spaceship, and Bulma and him act like they know each other. Why? How exactly does Jacko know Bulma? Has she been, like, banging space dudes while Vegeta's been away all this time or something? Off screen? I don't know. There was that time on Namek where she said how she wanted to see Frieza and thought that, or had heard that he was kind of cute. And I don't know how she would have heard that. Who was telling her that Frieza was cute? Goku? Anyways, so I don't know about that one, and I'm sure it's never going to be explained. So Bulma is friends with aliens, I guess. I mean, it wouldn't be the first time. So then, during their conversation, they're talking about, Jacko and Bulma are discussing meeting the person. He's there to meet the person who defeated Frieza. And then Bulma actually remarks that she knows two people who defeated Frieza, which is her son and Goku. So let's draw the distinction right now that Goku defeated Frieza and Trunks killed Frieza. So technically he was defeated twice, but no one seems to care about the guy who actually killed Frieza. You know, Goku's getting all the credit for beating Frieza throughout the universe. And so he's there and he warns Bulma about Frieza's revival. But the odd thing is, I'm wondering, how does he know about Frieza's revival? Okay? Because he's clueless about everything else. He was surprised when Bulma told him that Vegeta and Goku were on Earth, and he also doesn't know about the person who beat Frieza, either of them. Even though Frieza's soldiers know all about this stuff, they know exactly where the Saiyans were living. They know that Goku became stronger. They knew that he beat Majin Buu. They know that he's been in contact with Beerus, I think. So the Frieza's soldiers are somehow way more informed than this guy. And yet that still makes Jacko more informed than the Supreme Kai was too. And the whole point of him showing up there was to tell them that, like, in 1 hour Frieza's going to arrive and that they're all screwed, and then he leaves. So, thanks a lot. And then there's a scene where Krillin is being informed about Frieza returning. And all I want to say about that is that it's kind of weird to see the Z Fighters with cell phones. So yeah, Krillin whips out a cell phone at one point. And when I know that this is being made for like the modern age, but we saw a cell phone like once in Dragon Ball Z where Videl showed them her cell phone when they were trying to get in contact with someone, and all the people, the strange aliens with their magical key powers, are like, ooh, what is this magical technology thing? So I'm surprised we're not seeing all the Z Fighters just texting all the time. And then the other thing that bothers me is that Krillin goes off to join all the others to prepare to fight Frieza and his army, but 18 stays behind. And the logic there is that one of them has to stay and watch their kid. How about Krillin stays and watches the kid while the person who's like 1,000 times stronger than him, Android 18, goes and fights the army instead? Or like hire a sitter and they both go, because this is kind of a big deal that's happening. And I don't know what's going to happen in the show, but in the movie they left Trunks, Goten, Majin Buu, and 18 behind, while the people like Tien and Master Roshi like go on to fight. They couldn't have been that worried about Frieza's army if they're leaving behind their most powerful fighters. Like, you just bring Majin Buu and he'll turn all of them into candy in like 2 seconds. So I don't know, maybe they just left them behind so all the characters who became useless in Z actually get a spotlight, and so they get the chance to fight, because Gotenks, Buu, and 18 would do a lot better and wipe everyone out quicker than them. Yeah, that's my only guess as to why they did that. So in the next episode they're gonna start fighting everybody. And that was the episode. It didn't suck. Bye.